Welcome back to one of my favorite sports podcasts, Frizz and the Grizz, with your host Trudeau and my guy, Frizzy Frizz.
Hello and welcome back to Frizz and the Grizz. It's your boy Trudeau. Thank you for joining us live Monday, December 15th. You can catch us live on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook. Check out that Twitch handle at DFrizzy_Frizz5. And if you're only watching part of the show today, get the whole thing on podcast the next day, Apple, Spotify, all those good places. Hook your boys up. Press the buttons, rate, subscribe, review. Good show for you today. Lots of NFL. We're going to talk about all the happenings of, what are we in right now, D? Week 14 we just got through? Is that correct?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, math's hard for me. So 14, I think it is. There's been a lot of injuries, very key injuries this week. And we're going to talk about maybe some of the big collapses as far as, teams major leagues giving that up. And I got a game for D at the end, which is one of my favorite games to play with him to test his NBA knowledge. But first, D, what it do?
What it do? Happy Monday, man. What a Monday to come back to. I know you're not feeling the greatest. I'm exhausted from the weekend, and Christmas is next week. Like, it's just crazy.
Bring that up, man. Yeah, next week we meet on the 22nd, Christmas week. Do you like Christmas, by the way?
So that's such a tough question to honestly answer.
Loaded question, right?
Do I like Christmas? I love the fact that my kids love Christmas. Okay. Do I like the idea surrounding Christmas and like what it's become of just like some people think it's just about getting gifts? No, I don't like that. I enjoy that it's usually the time of the year that you get to spend with your family. And right now, my children love this time of the year. So I'm going to love this time of the year. But if they like get older and like, hey, do we got to like exchange gifts? I'll be like, nah, let's just go have dinner. Like, let's just do something that brings everybody together.
The first half of your response is very political in nature. I'll be honest with you. But I hate Christmas because I'm like the type of person who, I know like if you put on like the TV or you go on your socials, whatever, you're getting bombarded with ads left and right.
Yes.
Good luck trying to get to me, guys, because I don't buy shit. Like, I am not someone who likes to spend money. I just like, if I have socks and my wife yells at me with fucking holes in them, and I'm like, nah, they're still fine. She's like, you got money. I'm like, yeah, but I don't need new socks.
But then I got to spend that money.
Like, yeah. It's just, so for me, Christmas is like, do we really got to buy like my third aunt a gift? Like, and it's always a gift that like, all right, I'm getting you a gift just for the purpose of getting you a gift.
One. Yeah.
It's probably gonna go in the back of your closet after this. Like, this is stupid.
I feel you. I'm with you with that. And like, I don't, if I get one, cool. Like, it doesn't bother me if I don't, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want that to be how they feel. I want them to love the Christmas spirit. Like, I want that to still be like with them. I want them to believe in Santa for as long as possible. I don't want that to be ruined. Me personally, if me and Al were ever like, hey, we don't got to get Christmas gifts, I'm like, all right, I will still always want to get her one. That's just what it is for me. But like, if she'd be like, hey, I'd be like, nah, like, don't worry about it. But like, then the kids look at it, you know what I'm saying? Then they're like, oh, you didn't get daddy Christmas gifts. It's like, I don't want them to have that. I want whatever feeling that they have surrounding this holiday to stay for as long as possible.
I'm more of the pro. I'm always a pro. Just like, forget the gifts. Let's just do the like. I'm big on the Christmas dinner and the Christmas stuff. Like, I'm with you on that one. But we're here, man.
We are.
The Christmas music wherever you go is in full effect right now. It's getting cold, man. It's time for the fat man to come down the chimney. We will meet Christmas week.
Yes.
Maybe we should think of a little special.
Oh, if you went down, my yes. I heard it too. So I was waiting for your chair to go down and then the green screen to go down with it. I was waiting for that to happen.
I had to mute myself to start coughing because I'm sick. All right, before I break the whole thing in the back, I want to start the show. All right. First topic du jour. Which NFL injury has the biggest impact going forward? Now, that could be macro question or a micro question you can focus on next couple weeks because like maybe it's a very important injury for a team making the playoffs. You can think about the season as far as diminishing your chances of winning a Super Bowl, what have you. Let's just recap really quick the major injuries that occurred this week. I know we had the big one heard around the world. Patrick Mahomes torn ACL in the game against the Chargers. No one likes to see that. I don't know if it's been confirmed yet, but in the game against the Broncos, Micah Parsons is feared to have torn. It has been confirmed.
Confirmed, yes.
Okay, so it's now confirmed that Micah Parsons tore his ACL. Lots of bad week for ACLs, by the way. And then in the Rams, who did the Rams play this weekend?
The Rams played the Lions.
Okay, thank you. The Rams-Lions game, you had 2 separate injuries, one to Puka Nacua and one to Devontae Adams. I think the Devontae Adams one seems to be the more serious of the two because I think Nacua suffered an injury and returned. Do you have the details? I heard hamstring on Devontae Adams.
Hammy for Adams, and I believe Nacua was either back or sternum.
Okay,
it wasn't like legs or anything like that. It was like this area.
And for the purpose of this conversation, let's just bunch them as one injury, right? Like, because obviously Micah Parsons is hugely significant to the Packers. Obviously, maybe not this year because with the loss, the Chiefs are out of the playoffs, but Patrick Mahomes is huge to the Chiefs. For the wide receivers of the Rams, let's just say the Packers do have Rams wide receivers. And you could go off the board. I mean, you mentioned to me prior to the show starting, like there's been a litany of injuries, not only this week, but in the past several weeks. So I will hand the question off to you, D. Which NFL injury has the biggest impact going forward? I
think the biggest that we see, and we talked about the dynasty with New England, I think it was last week, and then like the repetitiveness of history is the Chiefs. Because right now, we're seeing people come back 8 to 10 months after so-and-so injury. Well, if we take that timeline as of right now, and with an ACL, maybe it's that closer to 12-month range, maybe 11. That's putting Patrick Mahomes back on the Chiefs in around this time of the year next year, or maybe weeks 12, 13, 14. Is it even worth bringing him back to play when you know you're most likely going to be out of playoff contention? Like they don't have like a backup that you would trust or believe in that's going to get you to be in playoff contention by week 12 of next year. Your team's getting old. Travis Kelce, with this injury to Mahomes, is most likely going to retire, right? Chris Jones, I don't know if he retires, but he might be done with the Chiefs. Like they have an expensive roster. So I think, not that you would wish injury on anyone by any means, but if there were the best timing for this to happen to the Chiefs to reset, it's right now. So I think the biggest impact for player, well, think of it. I'm saying,
I'm trying.
I'm not trying to relate it to like I want an injury to happen. I'm saying timing wise, it's going to impact this team the most because they're not going to be able to bring back their quarterback. Their tight end's going to retire. One of their best defensive players is most likely not going to be on the team next year. That roster, that team is going to be different in 2026. So I think that team is going to suffer the biggest impact.
Okay. I was trying to follow your train of logic here. So is it it almost sounds like you think it's a positive impact? You're not looking.
No, I'm not saying like I'm glad that it happened. I'm saying if there were a better time, if there were
the most.
Yes, if there were a time for this injury to happen, I guess it would be right now because now he's just not going to play next year and they can just reset. But the team that's going to get impacted out of what you just said, the Packers are still going to be the decent Packers. The Rams are still going to be the decent Rams, best Rams, sorry, even with Devontae Adams. The Chiefs are not going to be the same Chiefs without Patrick Mahomes. It's just that simple.
I will put a pin in my answer, but I'm going to go with the Packers, but I'll put a pin in that and just address some of the Chiefs stuff. I weirdly do think, again, obviously no injury, especially when to the best quarterback potentially you've ever seen, Patrick Mahomes. No injury to that is ever a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we've seen the Chiefs this year, and they're running on fumes, right? We're scraping the bottom of the barrel with what the Chiefs have accomplished in their roster and all that good stuff. And they're constantly in a position to push all the chips in to improve every year.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to enter the Celtics. I don't know. I can't say the Celtics anymore because the Celtics are good this year. But they're entering the Indiana Pacers post Tyrese Halliburton situation next year with the gap year.
Yes.
Right? They can trade away Chris Jones. I think he's 32 this year. He's going into 33, 34 when Mahomes is back. Trade away Chris Jones. Get some draft picks. Have a tank year. Like rebuild the roster around Mahomes. And hopefully when he comes back, right, you have reconfigured things so that it looks better. Because obviously, even if Mahomes doesn't get hurt this year, things have to change going into the 2025-26 season. This gives you a whole 2 off seasons more or less, and a whole draft class, two draft class to really get this thing right. Now, I will say on the flip side, I do see a lot of talk of people saying like, "Oh yeah, Mahomes will come back. Like it'll be Mahomes, all good." Like, I don't think there's any guarantee. There's a non 0% chance that he comes back and he's not the same person. Well, and the only thing I would say to that is like we've seen quarterbacks come back in the past and do it, but the majority of them have been your traditional pocket passers. And Mahomes is not Lamar Jackson, but what has made him special over the past several years and during Super Bowl runs is his ability to keep plays alive out of the pocket and be a running threat. So go ahead, D. I'm sorry.
What you may now see, and I said this, I'm not going to take credit for it, like but I'm just going over what conversations we've had on this show 2 or was it 3 seasons ago when Tyreek Hill went to the Dolphins?
Ooh, I want to say it's 3. I think this is his 3rd year.
Okay, so when that happened, I remember on this show saying you're going to see the best version of Patrick Mahomes because he doesn't have pinky. And people were like, you took the top off the defense. Like, all he had to do was just throw it. I was like, yes. But from what you've looked at with Patrick Mahomes, he now can become surgical. And what did he do? He won an MVP. He became surgical. He blew out and blow out, but he dominated the 49ers in the Super Bowl. Like, that's what we saw without Tyreek Hill. Not to compare, but who's the closest that we've been comparing Patrick Mahomes to? Tom Brady, right? When it comes to things that he's just done early in his career. Not saying a 1-for-1, one torn ACL, the other torn ACL. I'm saying what we love from Patrick Mahomes is him being able to have those magical movements in the pocket and get rid of the ball. If he's the guy that I think he will be when he comes back, you will see him move around in the pocket like Tom Brady did post his ACL injury, where he's not extending the play to get down the field. He's extending the play to find somebody open. I think with the way that his mentality is, it's going to want to be the best again. You are going to see less movement from Mahomes and more pocket presence, the same way that we saw it from Tom Brady post-injury. But mark my words with that.
Yeah.
If this were like Lamar Jackson, I'd be like, shit. Like his ability to scramble makes him Lamar Jackson. Decent arm. He can pass. For all of you that want to call him a running back, Lamar Jackson can pass. But he can pass when he has the ability to run. Mahomes has proven to be a pocket passer. And now with him losing a little bit of mobility, you have the ability of seeing him be more of a surgical tactician on the field when he comes back.
Can I throw this interesting hypothetical out to you?
Yes. I got one too.
Okay. And I do want to after this I do want to get to my pick of the Packers.
Yep.
But like we've seen the past 2 years, the Chiefs offense has seemed a bit stale. With Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
And Andy Reid, I do think he's a good offensive coach. Don't get me wrong. But like he has had Patrick Mahomes for the past, 6-7 years?
Yep.
It'll be very interesting to see what this Chiefs offense looks like next year when Andy Reid has to cook something up without the greatest quarterback we've ever seen. Mm-hmm. Right? Because if this guy's such a genius play caller, you give my guy Shanahan in the 49ers, any Joe Schmo off the street, he could cook up, 2 touchdown performance. Mac Jones, who is discarded by the Patriots, looks like a freaking Pro Bowler right now again.
He was already a Pro Bowler.
I know, I'm playing. all pro, though. And it's just Shanahan's really good at cooking this thing up. I'm interested to see if Andy Reid is truly this offensive genius. What is he going to do? What's this offense going to look like without Patrick Mahomes? It'll be interesting to see next year.
This is one last thing, and then I want to hear yours.
Yeah.
You want to hear a scary thought?
Yeah.
So get rid of what you don't need, right? Bring back Creed Humphrey, I think is their center. Jawan Taylor, I think, is one of their tackles. Keep those guys. Go out and get another lineman. But don't use a lineman in that first round pick because they're going to be picking bottom 5 if they're smart next year. Guess who comes out of the draft next year? Good old wide receiver that plays for the Ohio State University.
Yeah. I feel like they should be fine at wide receiver. Like,
No, get rid of Juju. Juju's gone. Hollywood has not worked out.
Well, I'm saying you should, in theory, you have Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy is supposed to be your number 2 guy.
Xavier Worthy's gone. I'm telling you, man, if they have the ability to draft top 5 and bring in Jeremiah Smith to the Kansas City Chiefs, oh my God, that offense would be stupid. It wouldn't matter who you had at running back. Just secure your line and go out there and get the best wide receiver in football over the last 3 years. 2 years, but we know he's going to be that next year.
I was going to say, for me, the injury that has the biggest impact going forward is the Micah Parsons injury with the Packers in two aspects, really. Short term, I think that the Green Bay Packers have been trending up to being a legitimate Super Bowl contender. I think still we had the Rams on top of the mountain, but like barring this injury not happening, the Packers could have easily been the second pick to win the Super Bowl. I don't know what the Vegas odds were before this weekend, but could you see them upsetting the Rams any given Sunday to make it to the Super Bowl? Absolutely. This defense is composed, whatever, of a bunch of good NFL players, and that's the Packers defense. But what made them special is that when you put a guy like Micah Parsons on the field, who's one of the premier edge rushers in the league, well, that time to throw goes down a hell of a lot if you're a cornerback. If you're another edge rusher on the other side, it's a hell of a lot easier to get to the quarterback. He made everyone else's life easier on that defense for the Packers. It elevated. He is like the floor general. If you get a good point guard in the NBA, everyone's play goes up. Well, Micah Parsons raised the floor of that defense. And now that he is gone, I just don't see the Packers having enough to actually be a contender this year. And then going forward, we forget they traded, 2 first-round picks to get Micah Parsons? And, oh, by the way, the bag he wanted, he secured that thing.
Yep.
So, will Micah Parsons play next year? I don't know. Is he going to look like the same Micah Parsons? We talked about a quarterback. It's a little different when you're an edge
explosion.
Rusher. Yeah. I think for me, this Micah Parsons injury is the biggest one because, again, implications this year, the Chiefs are dead in the water. They were already out of the playoffs. So implications this year with the Packers, then going forward, they just bought damaged goods now. They got a used car that's a lemon.
So it's funny that their perspective is everything. And the way that you're saying the Chiefs season was done prior to the injury from Mahomes, so short term, it really doesn't make that much of a difference. I look at that with the Packers because of the way that I've said how they are all season. That team is run through, even how good the defense has played with Micah Parsons. It's run through Jordan Love, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. 1 week he can throw for 305 touchdowns, no picks, and then the next week he goes out and does what he did against the Broncos.
I mean, it's the Broncos. It's the Broncos.
So are you going to not play against good teams in the playoffs? You got to play again. Right, but
it's the best defense in the league. They put up 24 points.
Seattle may have something to say about that. Just give me a heads up. And guess who they may face? The Seattle Seahawks. I see it as the expectation for me and the Packers being a Super Bowl contender was never there because of Jordan Love. So Micah going down, they are a first round or a 1-win second round exit team, no matter what, which that's exactly where they were before the Micah trade for me and where they are right now post of the injury.
I don't know. They won 4 straight. They were trending in the right direction. I think the general public thought the Packers
straight, they didn't play the Giants and the Vikings in that 4.
They won 4 straight, including the Bears, though. Who
they did beat the Bears. I give you that, but they started that streak after getting stomped by the Packers at home. Yeah,
they also feel okay about.
So hear me out. This is what I'm saying. They played the Eagles. Jordan Love looked like crap. They played the Giants and the Vikings. Jordan Love looked great. Had a great game on Thanksgiving. I'll give you that, right? Like things happen on Thanksgiving. Did he play the best against the Bears? No. Bears are good. They just happened to win. And then they lost to the Broncos. So, like,
But okay,
that's my point. You got to play good teams. And if
hear
you're only good
out,
against bad teams, that's not going to get you to be better in the playoffs.
Hear me out. You're gonna dog on Jordan Love, which I know you like to dog on Jordan Love. He's still pretty good. But you have to also look at it this way, D. Listen.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, as of today, this playoffs will have no Patrick Mahomes, no Joe Burrow, probably no Lamar Jackson.
What's that got to do with the NFC, though?
My point is, like, there is no, like, superstar, I will put the team on my back quarterback in the playoffs this year. You could maybe put Stafford on that tier right now.
I was just about to say, man, hold your breath when you talk about LA.
But and you could put Josh Allen there maybe too. But you know what I'm saying? Like there is not like that. Like you have to go through a gauntlet of quarterbacks. I mean, freaking Bo Nix.
But they would. So what you're naming all AFC quarterbacks though? Like he's got to be quarterbacks in his conference.
No. But I'm saying like there is no. You have to be perfect to win a Super Bowl like type of gauntlet this year.
True, but what you just did was named 3 offensively oriented quarterback teams: Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes. I gave you 3 defensively impacted teams, them being the Eagles. Obviously, that's the number 1 team. They got to go through the Seahawks. That's the number 2 team. And then obviously there's the Rams, who with Stafford are still a defensive oriented team. And you cannot tell me that they're not.
We have to move on to the next topic because we're doing the thing.
We take too much time. You're right.
With the Seahawks, like you're
Josh Allen time, baby. Tell them, greedy. It's Josh Allen time. What?
With the Seahawks, so you're not acting like Sam Darnold doesn't have the opportunity to throw 4 interceptions on the other side.
If you have to go into Seattle, I don't care who they roll out there as a quarterback. Yes, Sam Darnold scares the crap out of me in the playoffs. But you know what? The Vikings aren't the Seahawks. If you got to go play in Seattle, good luck. It does not matter who is under center. They could have Seneca Wallace back out of retirement. And I'm pretty sure he's won a couple playoff games in that stadium. What's that?
Phillip Rivers. I'm slaying.
Nah, I mean,
we'll talk about that yet.
Yeah, this is foreshadowing.
All right, let's get to the next topic because I think Greedy brought it up, unintentionally. The next topic, the Buffalo Bills 21-point comeback. Is this more about the Patriots or more about the Bills? I have my opinion on this, D. I'll let you kick us off, though.
I'm going to say this was more about the Bills.
Okay.
You can have a bad game, but the Bills need to trend up and have a great end of the season. This starts it because we were 2-3 weeks ago saying that the Patriots already have the division, right? Like the Bills were struggling offensively and defensively. Josh Allen was out of the MVP race. Like there's not much that he could really do that's going to help. Keon Coleman, we don't know where he is. He's MIA as their number 1 receiver. Like you got a good running back, Cook, but like you can't really just rely on just a running back. So when you go down 21-0 on the road, you usually look at that in Gillette as, all right, that's a game that the Patriots are going to win no matter what. And Josh Allen went absolutely stupid Superman-wise. And what was his total line? 190 in the air, 3 touchdowns, 50 on the ground. Like the man was accumulated for 250 yards, no turnovers, 3 touchdowns. With the defense playing good enough. I don't like the Bills' defense at all, which is why I just say this was a bad game for the Patriots. But this was more about the Josh Allen-led offense coming back than it was more about the Patriots blowing it.
I think you could go either way on this.
Way to be political?
I'm going to go with the Patriots.
Cool.
All season, right? We saw them. They were the freaking 1 seed in the AFC before this weekend. They rattled off 10 straight, and we knew that there was something a bit fraudulent about this. And it's mostly because it's not their fault.
Schedule.
Their schedule was easy. Mm-hmm. They rattled off 10 straight against weak opponents. And they looked good at times. I watched this entire game living up here in New England. And I have been of the belief that, yes, the Patriots deserve to be in the playoffs. The Patriots might end up by being the 1 seed, but I don't believe that they'll make it to a Super Bowl when they have to play a tough team in the playoffs. And you know that meme? You had me in the first half, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, that yes.
First half, I'm like, damn, maybe I have to just eat my words and accept that I'm wrong. And son of a bitch, a real Patriots showed up in the second half. I think they're a good team. They have a bunch of injuries right now, especially in the offensive line. But if you're a true 1 seed and you truly want to compete in really difficult, close playoff games, you can't give up a 21-point lead to your biggest rival in the past several years at home with the chance to clinch the division. And a lot of it was just Drake May not being able to execute in tough points in the game when they needed a big play on like 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. I think he had 0 touchdown passes, 1 pick. He had a couple rushing touchdowns, which is great.
Yep.
But what really kept him in the game was Travion Henderson.
Yeah,
Like, if it wasn't for Travion Henderson's 2 massive runs, this wouldn't have even been a close game at the end. So, like, it's a huge disappointment for Drake May and the Patriots because, like, they had the opportunity to put their foot on the necks of the Bills and put them out. They could not deliver. And this is against the Bills defense, who is not very good. So, like, yes, again, Josh Allen was amazing. Can't take that away from him. The Patriots are a good team. But this just shows you that when they get to the playoffs, can you trust this Patriots team to win multiple rounds? Absolutely not.
I don't think I've ever. I might be wrong. Did I ever say they were a Super Bowl contender?
You said last week that I had them as a sneaky upset team is what I classified them as.
Yeah.
And you're like, how can they be a sneaky upset team for the 1 seed? Like, they have to be like, could make a run. And I was like, this team's not going to make a run.
I want to believe that this was, again, a bad game, not a bad sign. And bad game meaning you hit all the notes. You had the chance to win the division, essentially. They still have the same chance next week. Like, the numbers are still there. But what you cannot have is your quarterback drop from being an MVP candidate to now not even being considered. That can't happen in 1 week. And that's what happened with Drake May. What I need to see, like you mentioned, in big moments, that's going to, all right, yes, that's proven that it's going to help us out later on in the season, is he has to find a way to execute on these. Because what they're showing is that they are front runners. They get the lead. Outside of this game, they get the lead, they're fine. But when things get tight, can they win the big games when they actually matter? Guess what's going to happen? Games are going to be close in the playoffs. So I still believe that it was more of a bad game than a bad sign, and I think this was more for the Bills, but I can agree with all the points that you made.
Also, you know how I knew the Bills would make a comeback? It was snowing up here this past Sunday. If for some reason, if there's any snow, Josh Allen legitimately becomes like that man is super, like gas powered by snow. Like, anytime there's snow in Buffalo or anywhere else, he just becomes an absolute menace to society.
I mean, he played in Wyoming, so the man chose to go to Wyoming, the University of Wyoming, and be a Bronco. I don't think he was a very highly recruited player, but like, just let that sink in where he played college football. And then he got drafted to Buffalo.
All right. Well, speaking of the snow, cold weather, I have one more serious topic for discussion on the NFL this weekend. It's a big week for the Broncos. We talked earlier about how they beat the Packers. I think it was 34-28, if I'm not mistaken.
I can double confirm
like
with that.
It sounds about right.
26-34.
Okay. Yeah. So big win over the Packers. They solidify themselves with the Patriots loss as the 1 seed for now in the AFC. I think we've been here and there this season, like on the Broncos. I think our opinion has wavered throughout the season. I think collectively we agree. Like, we love the defense. Run game's okay. It can be better at times. But we just don't trust Bo Nix.
Mm-hmm.
D, 300 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. And it's not just the numbers, not just the stats on the paper. He looked great. Made all the right throws, showed great poise in the pocket. Like, if you watch the game, he was excellent against the Packers defense that we all think is pretty damn good. Are you convinced now about the Denver Broncos? Like, can this Broncos team make the Super Bowl, win a Super Bowl? Broncos country, let's ride.
If Sean Payton can control the where the hell did that come from, Bo Nix, then yes. Because he still has that in him. He still has that random Sam Darnold seeing ghosts out of nowhere that he did when he was at Auburn and when he was at Oregon. It came out of nowhere. And we've seen it last year with him. We've seen it at times this year, but it's not as much. Sean Payton has kind of holstered that in a little more. So I'm convinced that they can make a run based off of, here we go, this is what I was just going to say, based off of that defense. Bo, just don't go out there and lose us this game. Is there a game where you can have a random Brock Osweiler 300-yard passing, 4 touchdowns while Peyton Manning is hurt in the playoffs because we need it against the Patriots? Yeah. Because he's shown that. But they are defensively driven, and there was a pass, I want to say it was on second down, that Bo Nix made was like a corner route. Very tough throw. I think it was to Humphrey, where he put that like over his shoulder and he got 2 feet in. And I was like, that's a throw. That's a throw that you look at and go, oh, we can do this at any point in time of the game, because that's not easy. And it was smooth for them to just call that play and execute it, where like on third down, you go, oh, that's incredible. Like, he got the first down. When you do it on second down, for those that don't play football, like, you have to understand the mentality of like what a usual play script goes. First down, run play. Second down, maybe run, short pass. Third down, get the first down. So when you are confidently on 2nd and 10 or 2nd and 8, being like, hey, we're just going to go throw a corner route, which is one of the hardest plays to execute, and you drop it in the bucket, the defense now goes, crap. We have to expect everything from downs 1 through 3, maybe even 4. And we can't script how we think you're going to play.
Yeah.
So that throw, I was like, God, you did that on second down? You could have just ran it and made it easier, but it changed the way that what's called the Packers had to play defense, and they end up scoring on that drive.
That's a really interesting call, and I think I was listening to Dominique Foxworth talk about Ben Johnson as a play caller with the Bears, and he said this is really smart, but not a lot of teams do this. Is a lot of teams, if it's like 3rd and 5, DBs will play the sticks, right? Because you want to protect that first down marker. But Ben Johnson will be like,
throw it out.
You know what? What if we get 5 yards? That's great. Also, but like, wouldn't like if we get 15 yards, that also work in that play to get the first down? So like, he will say fuck the sticks and like, let's just find a chunk of yards to get us a first down, which then makes the DBs play honest on those plays on 3rd down, where now maybe later on in the game, if you actually just want to play for the sticks, DBs are respecting that deeper pass and have to give you the cushion. So it's like there's a little bit of a mental game there where you can kind of get in DBs' heads depending on how deep you want to run your routes in like certain situations.
Caleb did that against the Browns.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it, but they ran out and up.
Yep.
Yeah, they ran an out and up on, I think it was 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. And the play call, not like the if it's there, throw it. The play call was a out and up on the right sideline, and the corner bit hard.
Yeah.
On the out was like, oh, it's going here, and was just like, oh crap, and just right over his head. I'm glad. See, this is what I love, is when we could talk ball. Like, we could talk stat. You're the analytical guy, but like when I get to sit down here and talk plays and break down like what I see on film, that I'm getting goosebumps that you just talked. And then you said it was Fox that talked about this. Yeah. I didn't even get to watch a lick of TV today, so everything up here is just from what I watched on Sunday. Yeah. But yeah, it's smart. It's just how, and this is being a defensive player my whole life, all about DBs. Like, you can screw with the defense by not following the script, and if the Broncos can find a way to do that, and hone in on the mistakes that Bo is privy to at certain times. Not saying he's done it a lot this season, but there's games you go, oh, that's the Bo Nix of Auburn. And other games you go, oh, that's the Bo Nix of Oregon. Like, that's the difference between the two. And if they do that, then yeah, this team, I'm convinced that they can go on a run.
I think they can win Super Bowl. Hear me out.
Yeah.
I think that they would need to win the 1 seed and get that bye. And the reason because for that is this. I think of Bo Nix, I think of like a game of craps at the casino. You got the 2 dice. You don't want snake eyes, right? You're gonna roll, you might hit big when everyone wants some money at the table. You're rolling the dice every time, Bo Nix. He's now shown that he can hit for 12 on the dice, like the biggest roll you can possibly ask for. Like that was the best game in his career. We've seen that he can actually, I guess, a great defense give that type of performance. We've also seen shit performances as well. That defense can win you a playoff game. They can win you a playoff game, especially if you look at the standings now. Teams that are going to host a playoff game at home: Patriots, Jacksonville Jaguars, Pittsburgh Steelers. You draw the Jacksonville Jaguars or the Pittsburgh Steelers in round 2 with that defense. That defense will win you a game by itself.
100%.
Could Bo Nix get you one of those big dice rolls to get you the Super Bowl? Why not? He's done it in a big spot already. You're there, right? So, I think that they have a real shot of making the Super Bowl. And then once you're in the game, all bets are off, man. Any given Sunday. So, I'm here with the Broncos, especially if they can hold off filling that 1 seed. All right. Last one. This is kind of just for funs. D, did you feel bad at all for Philip Rivers this Sunday? Now, let me just set the scene. Daniel Jones, our guy Indiana Jones, who we were rooting for him real hard to start the season, breaks his leg. Riley Leonard was injured to start the week, which, by the way, Riley Leonard, the backup quarterback for the Colts, was not injured on Sunday. He could have played on Sunday against the Seahawks.
Really?
And they brought in 44-year-old Philip Rivers, who came into the building this week and started for the Colts. Hold on. I want to say this.
Did we? I don't know if we did. We talk about how Anthony Richardson got hurt?
Yeah, he had the stretchy bands we talked about last week. He actually broke his orbital bone with the stretchy bands.
Oh my! You just reminded me of it because we were talking injuries with the Colts. Proceed. If we already talked about it, I don't need to do it again. Proceed.
You had a good laugh about it last week.
I was just about to have another one. Trust me.
44-year-old Philip Rivers started the game this Sunday. Who, by the way, I think they said when he started his NFL career, there were 7 teammates currently on the roster that weren't born yet. And he's also recently became a grandfather.
Yep.
So grandfather Philip Rivers.
His oldest kid is older than Riley Leonard.
That's crazy, man.
He is the only active player from Madden 2005. All of these old ass things that came across my timeline in the last 7 days with him being the starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. Look, I don't feel bad for anybody that's going to be out there and say, hey, we're going to give you a bag to come play football. You can be like, all right, try to keep me up.
Riley Leonard. He's probably like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Yeah, that sucks for him to have to sit back and be like, that dude is the guy that took my job, essentially. They just felt more confident in a 44-year-old, 5-year retired vet.
He's chubby too.
Yeah.
My man hasn't gone exercise in a while.
Boy was sitting on the couch, literally doing nothing. Can he still sling it? Yeah, there was some throws.
Oh, you must have not seen the first sack.
No, I didn't watch too much of that game. I told you that I didn't watch a lot of the games on Sunday. I just had to
what happens on the first sack. My man in shotgun gets the snap, starts dropping back, legitimately goes to plant his foot and just falls over on his ass and waddles to get up and stumbles forward 2 yards to try to save the plate and just falls over and he just gets touched.
Well, he's damn near 50.
That's crazy. I was concerned, by the way. I was concerned
for his health. Did he take any hits?
I don't think so. I'm still concerned though. I think
he only got sacked once, which is the one you're talking about.
It's elder abuse.
Because the Seahawks, as good as their defense was, they were also like, we can't kill him. We literally can't. I'm not trying to get fined. I don't want them to just amplify any type of hit to make it seem like I'm trying to legit hurt him. Like I'm just trying to make a tackle. So like you may not have seen somebody turn that corner and try to light him up because of it.
I heard that he's gonna have to wait 5 more years now to be eligible for the Hall of Fame because he's played.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah, he has to
He's
push
first
that
ballot no matter what, just based off of stats.
Is he? Because Eli Manning didn't make it first ballot.
Oh, really? We never talked about that. Eli didn't make the first ballot. Okay.
No.
I guess Eli won too. So,
but he was
Rivers has better stats.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt bad for Riley Leonard. I hope they don't start Philip Rivers again.
They can't. This had to be break glass for emergency.
By the way, you know who secretly flew under the radar because of Philip Rivers' fat ass out in the field playing?
Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold was bad against like a Colts defense who isn't that great after losing Sauce Gardner.
True. But you know what I said about the Seahawks defense? If you're playing at home, it doesn't matter. Really doesn't. Sam Darnold, just don't lose us the game. And he didn't have any turnovers.
That's always gone well in the playoffs for every team.
He threw for 270. He just didn't get a touchdown. I'm pretty sure one of the highlights or lowlights that I saw was Jackson Smith and Jigba drop across the like a slant that would have went for a touchdown, and then another drop in the end zone. So like the touchdowns were there to be had. He didn't turn the ball over. He threw for 270, like off of what's that? 70% completion percentage. Like that's nothing to be mad about. He just didn't throw a touchdown.
That's crazy. I never had you pegged as like a Sam Darnold supporter.
But like I'm gonna knock on somebody for throwing for 270 and just didn't get a touchdown.
Yeah, it was just
to the end. They did kick 6 field goals.
It was a bad offensive performance.
I was so ready saying the word field goal. I was so ready to give so much praise to kickers this week because we've seen some incredible things, like dudes kicking from 70 yards. What was the game with the kicking? Was it the Saints? I think it was a Saints game. Saints game.
Did you just ask what was the game with the kicking?
I just meant the end. No, the kicking at the end of the game where like there was 3 lead changes in like 30 seconds. I think it was the Saints versus the Panthers game where like the Panthers kicker, that's what it was. Yeah. Rookie Panthers kicker kicked a 60-yard field goal to take the lead. And then the next, literally 20 seconds left, Tyler Shuck, which I fucking hate. But Tyler Shuck drove them down the field, and then the Saints kicked a game-winning 50-yard field goal. So I was like, yo, kicking has been great. And then Brandon Aubrey, who has been nasty the whole season, shanks Duff's 2 wide right kicks. I'm like, I can't do it. Like, when I'm ready to give you guys praise and be like, hey, man, like, this was your year. The best in the league shanks 2 field goals that have been easy, that he's been making 70-yarders like it's nothing, and he just wide rights 2 of them. I'm like, all right, man, like, yeah, y'all backed out to the dumpster for me. Like, I need to have another 10, 15 straight weeks of you guys doing great for you to impress me.
You hear that?
You had it. Yeah, you had it. You were this close from getting compliments only and me being like, yo, kickers are back. Let's bring kickers back into fantasy football. I'm ready for it. And then 2 duff kicks from the best kicker in the league. I'm like, no. Yeah, back to being in the slums.
All right, before we get out of here, let's play a fun game. See if D is truly an NBA aficionado. Let's play Still in the League with D. All right, I'm going to find a good... Whoa, there's most of my phone. I'm going to find some good music to accompany this game. D, you tell me which one you like, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Try this one. All right. This is a game called Still in the League. If you're in the audience, you can help out if D really needs your help, but I want to see how many he can get himself. The way this game works is I'm going to give you a bunch of NBA player names. I would hope the majority of them you've heard before. Mm-hmm. I tried to pick, more popular players or players some sort of clout. I'm going to ask you the question, are they still in the league? And by league, I mean the NBA, not, some Euro League team somewhere. Get it?
Got it.
The last thing I got to figure out is let me get my dings. Here we go. This is if you get it right, you'll hear this. If you get it wrong, you'll hear this. Are you ready?
Ready.
All right, first player for you, D. Kevin Love. Is he still in the league?
Yes.
Do you know where he plays?
Last time I saw him, I feel like it was a Western Conference team
Yes.
because he had given like LeBron a hug because LeBron tried to dunk on him. Was it the Timberwolves? Did he go
No.
back to the Wolves?
Poor Kevin Love. He got traded to the Utah Jazz. He's living out in Utah Jazz. He's actually getting like legit
Decent minutes. Yeah.
like 15, 20 minutes a game, which is insane. All right, well, good start.
Mm-hmm.
That was. I feel like it was.
Well, that was an easy one. That was an easy one.
All right, next one for you, D. Kyle Lowry. Is he still in the league?
I gotta say yes.
Still in the league. Do you know what team?
No, because he was injured and then traded. So like I don't remember where he ended up going after the injury.
He is still with the Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh, so he's just buried because now they have like 6 point guards.
Yeah, he's just never going to play. He's on the team.
Yeah, because they brought in VJ, they got Tyrese, they got the kid from painting his nails from Duke. Like, yeah, he's not seeing the floor again.
All right, next player. Former Magic great Victor Oladipo. Still in the league?
No.
Yeah, no longer league. He tried. He recently I think he joined a G League team. He's trying to like work his way back and see if someone wants to give him a shot, give him some run.
Not bad. Go dominate the G League. I mean, great short career. He was an explosive player. Just injuries.
He's not that old either. He's like 20. He's like 31 or something. 31, 32.
That's old as shit in the NBA. What do you mean not that old?
I mean, you see guys
starting the league at 17. Yeah, but he was an explosive player. Oladipo was no shooter.
All right. So
3-3. Let's go.
3-0 right now. All right. Next one. Jeff Green still in the league?
There's no way Uncle Green is still in the league. I'm gonna say no.
Jeff Green, Unc is still out here. I don't think he's getting any minutes. If you ever watched a Houston Rockets game, you'll see Unc Green walking around on the bench. He's with the Houston Rockets, probably their 15th man on the bench, but yeah, he's there.
If he's active, he's active. It could be DNP coach's decision, but if he's on the roster, good for him. No, I don't remember seeing anywhere. Like that's why I was thinking like, is there anywhere that I've seen him like even just making like a layup and then like somebody was like, oh, he still got it. Like nah.
All right, here's a good one for you. We're talking about unks. DeAndre Jordan, is he still in the league?
Yes.
That was very confident
because I saw him play. I've seen him play.
How is he still playing?
I don't know. He's on I don't want to say. Is he on a contender actually?
Oh God, no.
No.
Where's
he at?
Any guesses?
Phoenix.
New Orleans Pelicans.
Oh.
He actually started a game this year.
Oh, that's where it came from. Derek Queen went off. I don't know if Derek Queen got a triple-double, but he did something. And then DeAndre Jordan walked into like the post-game interview. He was like, yo, stand up in the locker room. He was like, hey, stand up. Like, you had a great game. Like, make them talk to you. And like that's what made me be like, oh damn, DeAndre Jordan's still in the league. So like, yes, that's how I knew that one.
That's crazy. How about this one? My guy, your guy. He's got hose. Mo Bamba still in the league?
Oh, he was with LA. I gotta say yes, just because he's too young to not be in the league. He's cut?
He's nowhere. No one gave him a shot this year.
Oh, that's crazy. He's not like
he's
buried
like
somewhere. That's what I'm saying. He is young for you to not be in the league. That sucks.
So bad, dude. I don't know if he's playing anywhere right now. Like I'd assume he can have a nice career up in Europe.
I wanted him to be so good in LA. I really did.
I told you. You're like, we got Mo Bamba. We're gonna rejuvenate him. Like, he sucks, dude. That dude sucks.
That's my dude, Mo Bamba. Yeah.
Imagine being the team that gave him sign him with a top 5 pick. So, all right, here's one for you. Speaking of former Magic grades, number 1 overall pick, Markelle Fultz, still in the league?
Yes, I want to say he's somewhere like Sacramento. He's out too.
He was last year. He made an appearance in Sacramento.
Okay.
He has not got any love. No one interested in him this year.
Gotcha. So that was my last memory of him was playing in Sacramento.
Yeah,
but it was
he was in Sacramento.
Okay.
All right. Two more.
Mhm.
Doug McDermott. You know who that is?
Yeah, Dougie McBuckets from where did he play?
Creighton.
Creighton, yeah. No, I don't think he plays anymore.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Oh, really? He played last year. I didn't know he would be still on the team.
Well, it's because it's the worst franchise in the history
So
of
he
the
plays
NBA.
for the Pelicans too?
Plays for the Kings.
Oh, just as bad. Oh,
Yeah.
isn't that who originally drafted him?
I don't know if first drafted him.
No, Jimmer. I'm thinking of Jimmer. Jimmer
Yeah.
Fredette with the Kings.
We need to do top 5 white boy mid white boy shooters one of these days because we're just naming them all off.
Yep.
JJ Redick, your coach.
Yeah. Hey man, coach of the year. They'll never give it to him though.
All right, last one.
I gotta get this right.
Former New York Knick, former Denver Nugget, the Italian Stallion, Danilo Gallinari.
I want to say he's still playing somewhere. Oh my god, I went on a fucking terrible streak.
Danilo Gallinari, funny story, he actually just retired this past year, but not from the NBA. He played his last season of professional basketball in the Puerto Rican league.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was on a hot streak, and then the last 3, you threw me some curveballs because they were younger players that I just had. They had to be in the league, and they're just not because they're trash.
Yeah, I almost fell into the trap of giving you the older players who were still in the league and the younger players that were not in the league and have been too obvious.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a lot of younger players that you like. They have to be around, and it's just surprising.
That what's it called? Not Bamba. What was the other one?
Markelle Fultz.
Fultz. No, there was somebody else.
Is on my list you were talking about?
Yeah.
Who was not in the league?
Yeah, that was younger, and it surprised me. Maybe it was Bamba that I'm thinking of.
It was probably Bamba.
Okay.
You said Oladipo. You were pretty sure.
Yeah, I knew he was out. He was out. Yeah.
Yeah. Good show, man.
Good show.
You finished winning record though, 5-4, still in the league. So that's a
hey
win.
man, that's Mike Tomlin. So always got a winning record. Can't be mad at it.
I hope we don't have crossover closing takes this week. I'm gonna go first. Let's kick off the sounder.
The show is coming to an end. But first, it's time to get to anything we've missed. It's closing time. 1 segment, 2 takes. Now go.
All right, closing takes. It's time for me and D to get off one last take before we get out of here for the day. It can be about anything we want, sports, pop culture, you name it. I'm actually going sports. I'm going in a very unique avenue of sports. D, I want to talk football. I want to talk state Louisiana. I want to talk about high school football. Did you see what happened in the high school football championship game?
I've seen so many high school championship games that have ended crazily. Please tell me you're going to talk about the guy that.
I'll tell you.
All right, go ahead. I've seen him. I've seen him probably.
This is from the Louisiana State High School Football Championship. There's about a minute 20 left on the clock. It's Shaw versus St. Charles, and Shaw has the ball. All they have to do is kneel the ball 3 times in a row, and they're in the Superdome. So this is like a really cool atmosphere, very cool venue. They just have to kneel off the ball 3 times to win the championship. Well, said, huh, ball snapped. First knee happens. Fat fucking center decides he starts celebrating. After the first kneel, takes off his helmet, runs around. Official reaches down, grabs that yellow handkerchief, flag on the play for taking off your helmet on the field. Well, not only did you lose 10 yards or so, it stops the clock from running.
Yep.
That means the opposing team now has enough timeouts and enough downs to actually get the ball back. Well, they go to punt the ball. It is tipped. The ball becomes like a 10-yard punt. And then fucking the kicker for St. Charles. It was a deep kick. I checked the field and the tape again.
It was like
The
50.
ball was put at the 34-yard line, which means that's what, like it's plus 10?
It's a 50-yard kick.
A
7 for the
50-yard kick from a high school
for the win.
to win the state championship. That's crazy, man. I can't believe it ended like that. Like, that's wild. That's absolutely wild. And that kid that took off his helmet, I don't think you can go back to that team no after that. You're done.
You got to transfer. In the time of the world where everybody's leaving their schools anyway, yeah, you got to find another school in that state to go to. But yes, I did see that. It wasn't going to be mine, but I did see that, and I was like, "There's no way that actually just happened."
All right, what do you got?
I got one that is a little bit of a downer, but not like an emotional downer. Just like I'm pissed off. The award should mean something special. And what I don't want to see is that because players have the ability to transfer 5-6 times, we lose the lust of watching someone play for a team for 2 to 3 years. And then their career is cultivated with the winning of the most coveted trophy in almost sports, the Heisman Trophy Award. Reason why I say that, I'm just going to go off of the last 3. Travis Hunter, transfer. Jaden Daniels, transfer. Caleb Williams, transfer. Bryce Young was not, thankfully. Devontae Smith was not, thankfully. And we got to watch them play while they were at the University of Alabama. Fernando Mendoza won the Heisman. And this is the first time, and I want to say, congratulations, Indiana quarterback. This is the first time in almost 20 years that I did not watch the Heisman presentation. There was nothing about it that was like entertaining. The candidates that were there, okay, Bryce Love was the only one I would say that you kind of look for and go, maybe he was going to win. They weren't going to give it to a running back this year, especially when you had a 2-loss team that didn't make the college football playoff, and then the undefeated quarterback that his best game was against a team that they shouldn't have lost to. Like, I don't want to see in the future the transfer portal ruining like this type of presentation, because nobody knew who the hell Fernando Mendoza was to start the season, because he had transferred 2 times prior to this season. They went undefeated, and I understand they beat Ohio State. There was no Heisman moment that made me go, that was great. His Heisman moment was like in week 12 against Northwestern, where he threw that pass to the back of the end zone and the dude caught it and like swung and kept his feet. And it was like, if that wide receiver didn't make that, it's like if that wide receiver didn't make that catch, that would have been the upset of the year. Like, it's a great catch, but like you think of Jaden Daniels and you think of the scramble against Florida, 90-yard touchdown down the sideline, right? You think of Caleb Williams and his scrambling around the end or the back of field, throwing it for a dart touchdown. Then you got Bryce Young winning a national championship. Devontae Smith catching the game-winning touchdown in the national championship. Like, those guys had moments that helped you go, that's the guy that deserves it. Fernando Mendoza just happened to be the last of the Mohegans in a transfer year, and it's like, I just don't want to see it lost. I'm pissed that like. I literally was like, I don't want to watch it because I don't care who wins. Nobody jumped off of the table this year.
Yeah. I mean, I feel you on that take. I don't usually watch the Heisman Trophy presentation anyways. It doesn't mean a lot to me, but I understand for you, something you used to look forward to. It's kind of been diminished. I thought you were going with the poor sportsmanship by the losers, like Diego Paiva.
Oh, there's no need to even give that talk. He's a punk.
Yeah.
That, like, fuck forgive the French, obviously, but like for you to go out there and say that as a representation of not only just like the country of like college football, but like on ESPN, like they're promoting this, and it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Why are we giving play or airtime to this 5'9" quarterback that's never gonna make the league because he's like that? But hey, see, and this is what I want to do.
Sorry, I got you down this route.
Let one number 12 wearing quarterback for the Cleveland Browns
do
this. No, just hear me out. Let him do this. Media will go crazy about how he's a bum. But let Diego Pavia talk like that, and I'm in the wrong for saying he's a punk. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people that are agreeing. Yeah, man, like you should be about your family and F the media, F the voters. What? Like, miss me.
I'd be surprised if there was many of those folks.
What's that?
I'd be surprised if there's many of those folks.
It's a crazy world that we
also. I really thought in my heart of heart. I thought in my heart of hearts we could go one episode without talking about Shedeur Sanders, but here
we almost did until you talked about. You had to bring up Pavia.
You didn't have to do this. You didn't have to do this.
The man flipped the bird at the Heisman presentation and said, "F you voters."
Yeah, that dude sucks.
What world is that okay? You know, like how?
Yeah, nah, that dude sucks.
By the way, do you think that'd be okay?
By the way, did you see all that shit with Michigan head coach? That shit is wild.
Oh my god! Yeah,
we don't have time for that today. That is some
crazy shit. The worst part about that is like it just continued to progressively get worse. It wasn't like it was like, oh, this is what happened. You go, all right, some details come out, and you're like, oh well, like maybe this or maybe that. They were like, no. This is bad, and it's got everything that comes out is going to be worse. Yeah, and like I saw the felony word. I was like, what? And so, like, you know, I'm not going to break down the details for it. Go Google it for you guys. We don't need to talk about or discuss that on this show because of what was involved, and I don't want to misrepresent it by any means. But yeah, that clown, and it sets back a culture because of stuff like that. There's not too many people that get opportunities, and this is more of a life thing. I'm talking about like coaching.
Yeah,
for you to be associated. That's what I'm saying. For you to be associated with that, you just set back an entire culture for that. Like just dumb,
crazy.
And I hope he gets the book. Hope he gets thrown under the jail. I said we weren't gonna talk about this, but like,
okay,
go Google it. For y'all don't know that, you guys don't know what it is. Go Google it, and you'll have the same passion. Like, what the hell? Ugh, stupid ass. Oh, we gotta get out of here, man. We were running on time. You hit me with two things. I was ready to go. I was not emotional, but you had to talk about Diago Pavia and Shamar Moore, whatever his name is. All right, we're gonna get out of here. You ready? Let's do this. Hey, thank you guys for being here. We couldn't appreciate it any more. Dexy, I appreciate you jumping in here for the chat for the first time. Greedy, we'd love to see you. Continue to come back. Taihi, we need you back. We talk about your Broncos. We even throw the sounder in there for you.
Hold on.
Broncos country, let's ride.
We got you. We just need you back so you can defend them Broncos for you. Hey, when we leave in here, make sure that you guys hit us up on all of our socials. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on TikTok, obviously the newest and improvest. You can find us on the website, social media, all the platforms that you want to. Sorry, it's a late night. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Find us on next day when it comes to where you get your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, wherever you find your podcast, YouTube. I almost forgot YouTube. That's what it was.
I want to test this. Clip that.
Clip that, yes, so they can see exactly what I forgot. Website's also at the bottom, frizzandthegrizz.com. Please check it out when you can, because we don't get paid, but it's great when we get clicks. So keep clicking. In arguing on TikTok. Please, like I say every time we jump up out of here, be a friend, say something nice. You never know what it could do for someone. Make sure to take care of y'all mentals. Please take care of y'all physicals. Take care of y'all chicken. Take care of y'all cheering, and we'll catch y'all in the rebound. Peace.
The Bears are who we thought they were. That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.